Coming up on Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine.
That's a 2011 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide.
Harley-Davidson joins the party with another American classic. Hey, check out this GT350S.
It's not titled as an S. They didn't title them as an S.
Looks like an S to me. Some guys have all the cool toys.
Remote entry, which is in my hand. I hit the button and hopefully they work.
Keep your fingers crossed. Plus.
So that was the beginning of something that's lasted for 12 years.
We visit Barry Penfound of Penfound Design. Are you ready for this week's show?
Yes. I wanted to catch it this past year, but the rain.
Well, it's not raining now. Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine, starts now. Welcome to Cruisin. I'm John Shapiro, editor Cruisin Times Magazine. We're at Cruisin Solon Home Days, courtesy of the rock and roll capital Street Machines. Big question is, are you ready to turn up the action? Well, we are. We're going to turn it up right now. Most striking thing when I saw you drive in is the beautiful blue flame paint job on your Corvette.
Yep, that's my 2000 C5 Corvette with ghost flames on it, and he goes everywhere.
And then also is your Tri motorcycle. I'm calling it a Tri because it's 3 wheels, but you're going to fill me in on what it is.
Yes, that's a 2011 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide, and we have many extras on it, a lot of bling, performance, LEDs, the nostalgia look with the wide white walls and spinners.
And give us some, I noticed the dashboard in this thing is incredible. You've got everything but a TV.
Yeah, we have the GPS, all the electronics, CD player, weather station CB. It has everything.
And the striking blue color is what?
Harley calls it cool blue pearl.
That is cool. And everything else is chrome. If it's not, it's stainless?
Yes. It's got a lot of bling on it.
Well, by now everybody's figured out that's not a real Corvette. It is a
Corvette cargo trailer.
And would you open it up? Because This is what's amazing. Let's reveal what this looks like. So you've got really everything, chairs, you could put coolers in here, you could...
Right, we put all our stuff in there, but my wife, if you ask her shoes...
Well, wait a minute, I'm sorry. What goes in there?
If you ask my wife, this is for her shoes when we travel.
You still want to remain married after this interview?
And I said, her shoes.
Now, let me ask you, the trailer comes complete. Did you buy this whole package?
Yes, I did. It comes complete. They custom paint it for you, whatever color you want. They make Hummers and Jeeps and everything, NASCARs and boats.
And the sign on the back, I noticed your license plate on the back of the Corvette says...
Shove it to or Chauvet.
Chauvet, yeah, let's do with that. And then this one says...
shove it to.
Okay, I'm just making sure you said that. Yeah. And it looks like you just have a good fun time, you and your wife, and stopping at all the shoe stores.
Oh, definitely.
And car shows.
Yes.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, when you drove into the show, I swear I thought it was a 54 Ford, but it's a...
Hudson, 54 Hudson Superjet.
And does everybody else do the same thing to you?
Some people do, some people don't. People think there's a 50 Ford. Some people said it's a Pontiac. Some people said it's a Chevy. But when they really look at it, and they said, "Oh my goodness, it's a jet. It's a Hudson jet."
And quite honestly, I even said looks like a mini Ford. It's smaller.
Yes, it looks like a mini Ford. A lot of people think it's an England Ford.
Yeah.
And I get the best look in it. It's all original. 17,000 something, almost 18,000 original miles. Found the car up in 71st, sitting in a building. And it's been a great car since I found the car.
And how many miles did that guy put on?
He put from his hand to my hand, 10 years that he owned the car, he put 50 miles in the car.
Oh my God, this is incredible. Now I see there's a big signature with Don Garlitz on it.
Big Daddy Don Garlitz was in 2006 in Axle Rock Pontiac, and a friend of mine told me that he's got one of them in his museum in Florida, and I wiped the car down and I rushed up there. Honestly, I thought I was going to get arrested because there were 2 Parma police asking me, where are you going with this car? I said, Big Daddy Don Gales would like to see the car. He has one in the museum. He autographed the air cleaner, personally gave me a business card. If I ever want to get rid of it, to call him up, that he'll have a transfer, pick it up in my house.
Isn't that incredible? And taking a look at the motor here, you got two carburetors, which looks unusual.
Yes, that's original from the car. That's the way the car come, and it's a 202, 115 horse with 3 under 3. And a friend of mine tells me we pretty good stiff gears, 411 or 456s in the back.
And also in the back, your trunk is loaded with a whole bunch of cool stuff, including the famous snow chains.
Snow change and tools that the guy that I bought it from gave them to me.
What about the interior? You got
My daughter told me she would not ride in my cars if I don't put seatbelts. I ordered seatbelts and I put them in. A lot of friends of mine are picking and screaming because I ruined a perfect car. Don't know what the car is worth. Don't really care. I just want to have fun with my family, my daughter, my granddaughter, and my wife.
And you are having fun. This is incredible. All the people here so far, just they can't believe it. It's a beautiful car, and we thank you for being on.
Thank you.
Coming up.
I have one, number 1378. Originally, it came out of Wenatchee, Washington.
And we are so jealous. Stay tuned to Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine.
Pour in performance with DEI. New DEI Radiator Relief. Specially formulated to drop engine temps up to 30 degrees. Improve thermal transfer. Anti-corrosion protection. Engineered for all cooling systems and additives. Now get pour in performance and run cool with DEI. Get cooler performance with DEI Protecta Boots. Slide over spark plug boots and wires to shield and protect against extreme heat. A universal fit for most straight and angled applications. DEI Protecta Boots. Available at O'Reilly Auto Parts and other performance dealers.
Now, back to Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine. There are Mustangs, and then there are Shelbys, and then there are a Shelby Paxton Supercharged.
Yes, sir.
And you got one. Tell us about it.
I have one, number 1378. Originally, it came out of Wenatchee, Washington. Bounced around. I found it and sent it to Greg Conley, who owns Paxton Superchargers in San Marcos, California, and he redid it for me.
Incredible. How many years you had this now?
2. Just got
Two?
Yeah, just finished it 2 weeks ago.
Interior is gorgeous. Everything is just right. The stripe. I mean, and I hear you love driving it.
I drive it all the time.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like where?
Rain everywhere. No snow. Couldn't find snow tires that fit the wheels, or I'd have snow tires on it. I drove it up to Wisconsin. I drive it all through, all over, any kind of car show.
Give us, actually it's titled as a Shelby S, which stands for supercharged, but
yeah, it's not titled as an S. They didn't title them as an S. It's somewhere between 20 cars came out as Shelby with the Paxton, and 30 other cars were Shelby dealer installed after.
Well, it is gorgeous, I'll tell you. Tell us some of the things you've done to it. I mean, did I mean, as is, or did you do anything else?
No, we did the whole car. Everything, the horns back is either rebuilt new old stock. Greg Conley did all the work on it. The rims, the only thing I put on it was a 65 side exhaust, because I like the sound of them. And everything else is great. I mean, you know, painted here, touched up. A local guy in Akron did the gold stripes, and just detailed it.
Now you're a Mustang guy. You love Mustangs.
Oh, love them. Love Shelbys. Yeah.
So is this a dream of yours to have this?
I think so. Yeah, because I like the '66 car because it was a Hertz car, but '67 I think the styling was a little better than the earlier ones.
Well, you got
more scoops.
You got a good-looking car here, and we really appreciate you being here on Cruisin.
Appreciate it. Thanks for taking time.
1953 Studebaker, but I'll bet there's nothing original about this.
But the only thing on the vehicle that is actually original is the rear window. Everything else on it has been cut and modified.
Incredible job. You've done this all yourself?
Yes, I did, except for the paint.
Tell us about the rear. Let's start with the rear window, which is hard to say. How many windshields and rear windows did you?
I took 2 windshields to get the windshield to get cut and not break. So after the second one, I was quite happy that we made it through 2 rather than 2, 3, or 4, or 5. You know, there's no guarantee when you cut a windshield. That's all.
Incredible paint. What's it called?
It's PPG, it's Vibrant Orange Glow.
It sure glows and it's sure vibrant. And the interior is incredible. And somehow I think you did that too.
Actually, I did. I did the whole interior myself. I did have a friend of mine do the upholstery on the seats, but as far as the headliner, door panels, carpet, dashboard, everything else, I hand did myself.
Now let's take us around the car. In the front, those do not look like Studebaker Champion stock headlights.
No, actually, those are Mini Cooper headlights out of a, I'm going to say, I think it was probably about a 2008 Mini Cooper. Took a lot of cars looking at headlights to see which ones I could get that could fit into what I wanted.
Let's go under the hood. Tell us about that.
Under the hood, it's a Chevy 454. It's carbureted. There's a Chevy 700 R4 transmission.
And it's all detailed. You did all the detail work?
Yes, I did.
All right, tell us some other interesting features that you've done, because it's all subtle.
Well, actually, I started off making, I made a frame jig in my garage at home, and I started off with a piece of 2x4 tubing, and I hand built the complete chassis.
So basically you got the body up in the air.
The body's up in the air, and I sat it down over the frame that I made, and then I made the rest of the car inside fit the chassis and drivetrain to the body.
Man, it's adorable. I tell you, this thing is incredible. Taillights?
Taillights are actually out of a Ford Taurus backup light that I took out of the deck lid and turned sideways and put them up and down. And
Ford Taurus backup lights?
Backup lights, yes. That's why the center of the light is actually clear, and I got LED red lights behind the clear lens.
All right, the car is smooth, no door handles. How do you get in?
I have remote entry, which is in my hand. I hit the button, and hopefully they work.
I mean, the lines are just seamless. I mean, this. And how long did it take you to build it?
Actually, I have on building it probably about 10 years overall, the whole time. Yeah.
And then it's been done how long?
I've had it done now, probably about completely done about 4 years, maybe 3 years. I just put another motor in it a month ago. So it was laid up for a year or so when I got sick, and I just ended up, I got a new motor and I put a new motor in it, so everything should be done now, I hope.
And now you're just driving around having fun?
That's what we're trying to do, yes. This is my first year, actually. I have been able to drive it someplace and enjoy doing it.
Well, we enjoy it and we love it, and thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Let's visit Cruisin Marketplace. Tough Stuff Performance Accessories. All Tough Stuff products are quality made in Cleveland, Ohio using 100% new components. Tough Stuff has a complete line of underhood accessories for the custom and hot rod market. All Tough Stuff products meet or exceed OEM specifications. For more information, visit toughstuffperformance.com or call 1-800-331-6562. Cruise some cool cars for a great cause. Check out the Fight Like a Zebra benefit Sunday, September 7th at 5 p.m. on Snow Road in Parma. You can check out some great cars, bid on some fantastic raffle items, all to benefit a young lady suffering from a rare disease. Sunday, September 7th at 5 p.m. in Parma. Portage Trim Custom Interiors. When you're ready for the best, visit their website, portagetrim.com, or call 1-330-296-5511. Cyclone Transmissions for street machines, hot rods, and everyday drivers. Call Rich at 330-639-1137. Coming up.
We try to make that connection between a custom car and a production car.
See how the two mix? Next on Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine. Welcome back to Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine.
Well, the collection kind of evolved. It started out with survivor cars. There's a 55 Thunderbird and a Viper and a couple Corvettes, and moved on to custom cars in about 2002 with this car. It was a very successful car as far as touring and shows and magazines, and so it led to a business where we started building custom cars for show and for customers. And that kind of evolved into a relationship with a lot of sponsors that have helped out. with media that's helped out, and it's been a great ride for the last 12 years or so. And we also have a few other projects underway that will be coming out later this year and next year.
Your first car was the Buick?
Yeah, the Buick LeSabre was the first car. I had thought about trying to do a mild custom car and had gone to some of the events like Good Guys Nationals in Columbus and thought that I might be able to do something that people would like, and found this car in Trade and Times, but it was actually red with flames and Lakes pipes and a completely different look.
And of course the name?
Yeah, LeSabre kind of started a tradition with all of the custom cars being named. It's a LeSabre, but since we have air ride on it and 18 and 20-inch wheels, it's called LeSabre. And people seem to respond to it. They like the way it looks, and it started out getting a lot of coverage, Hot Rod Power Tour, a lot of show attention, and so it led to feature cars. So that was the beginning of something that's lasted for 12 years.
Your next build was the Cadillac behind you.
Yes.
What's the name of that one?
This is called Cambiar, and since a lot of General Motors show cars had French and Spanish names, this was Cambiar is the Spanish verb to change. So we thought it would be good for a custom car. And one of the things I like to do is keep a kind of tradition so that the cars might look like a car that was made today, but a new '64 Cadillac. So there's a lot of Cadillac styling cues, a lot of styling ideas that came from Cadillac show cars that General Motors made, or interior fabrics. This is interior fabric from a '77 Cadillac. We try to make that connection between a custom car and a production car.
Most recent, the GTO?
Yes, we did two other cars, a '59 Impala and a '63 Impala for client. And the GTO is the car we're touring right now. And it was designed to kind of be a modern update of a performance muscle car. And since this year is the 50th anniversary of GTOs, it's kind of appropriate when it showed up.
And its name?
This is called Sabretooth because it's kind of the ultimate tiger. They used to call GTOs tigers, so this became the Sabretooth.
Next up on Cruisin.
Just found it, trash picking. So
Where?
in Mayfield Heights, someone threw it away. So
The great stuff you find in the trash. Next on Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine. Now, back to Cruisin Solon Home Days on Cruisin, presented by Cruisin Times Magazine. Okay, we've got a Packard 51, and it's the deluxe version?
yeah, 200 Deluxe,
With the special parade car siren.
I suppose.
And here it is right now. As we say siren, can you imagine? All right, tell us where you got that siren, because it didn't come with a Packard, correct?
No, I just found it, trash picking. So
Where?
in Mayfield Heights, someone threw it away. So got lucky and found it.
Okay, 20 years ago, you started this restoration process, right?
Yes.
And what condition? And give us the...
It looked like a parts car. It was pretty rough, and it didn't. I was, questionable whether I wanted it or not, but we got it started and got it running. Put air in the tires, drove it out, drove it up and down the road, lost some brake pressure, put brake fluid back in there, got brake pressure back, and it ran really nice. So I just started fixing it up after that.
Now, over the years, you've just been doing this and that. I see you got a new paint job on it. What color is that?
It's a gold. It's actually, I think, from a '74 Cadillac.
Cool. So you're just having fun driving it. You're not worried about period perfect stuff, right?
No, it's just, I had the original paint job on it, original color, and it was sort of a gray. It kind of just disappeared at the car show, so I thought I'd put something a little more fun on it. It's just paint, so make it look a little better.
Now, in 51, give us the kind of rundown on the model year, the models. This is the deluxe, but what else did they have?
Well, they had a 200, was their base model. The 200 Deluxe gave you some more options, some more flares of what the higher models might have had. The 300s were basically the convertibles, and then the 400s were the patricians, the elites with the larger engine. And so, yeah.
Well, basically, you've got all the luxury that the big guys, the patrician, correct?
Yeah, the nicer interior that it would have had and all that, but it's got the you know, the base engine. The patricians had the much larger engine.
The interior is like your old home couch. I mean, this is the comfiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we just redid that. So, and even that I kept the original seat patterns, but we didn't go with the original material because it would have been a light gray and a dark gray.
The headlight little cool, where'd you get those?
At a swap meet, just for fun.
And in the car right now is your chauffeur.
Well, you don't have a license yet.
Well, I didn't say you were driving on there. Who is that?
My son, Alex.
Alex is also the siren guy, right?
Yes.
Hit it one more time. What a great find, you know, in a where was it you found it again?
It was, someone threw it out. I saw it in the top of a garbage can when I was driving through.
Let's go back to any of the body work that you did on this. What you did, talking about some metal fabrication you had to do?
Yeah, 14 years ago I had put a paint job on it then, and I had to make the rear quarters, and they weren't available at that time, so it took a couple weeks to make those. I was able to get the rocker panels. I put floorboards in it. I put new body mounts on it. Replaced a few parts here and there to, you know, get her to be a nice solid car. Basically got rid of any rust that was on the car, and so it's a nice solid car again.
I'll tell you what, it looks good, and you should. I think you said you're going to be going at some point to the Packard car show in nearby Warren, Ohio.
Yes, I wanted to catch it this past year, but the rain kind of kept me from getting there. So.
Well, good luck with it, and we love it.
Well, thank you so much.
I want to thank the Rock and Roll Capital Street Machines for having us here at the Cruisin Solon Home Days. Great car show. Great weather, too, believe it or not. And we had a great time. We'll see you next week on Cruisin.